so y'all may have to help them out. So welcome to the Pensacola Network.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You start the wave, you start over here and have the wave go way over there.
No, if you start the wave, the camera will move to show how many people we really have. We don't want to do that. They just want to trust me. Trust me. Trust what I say, not what I do.
Yeah.
That's not a good philosophy to think about.
The camera got to pan down on these boots. So look at those boots.
Don't make them pan because y'all may see my feet. Say she wears a size 7, but that's a 17. Don't. Y'all give it up for Brian White, President and CEO of the Gulf Coast Minority Chamber, doing amazing things in the community. And you've been here for, I'm not going to let you introduce me. I'm just going to keep rolling. You've been doing amazing things in the community now for
8 years.
8
with
years.
The chamber.
What? Your anniversary.
We're going to have an annual meeting coming up soon. So,
sounds boring. You need an anniversary.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'll have an anniversary.
Like a party.
We always have a party.
Yeah. Let's. What'd you get for Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa? What'd you get?
A little bit of everything. Me and Harriet, we went on a cruise. Was kind of our Christmas gift to each other.
What y'all do? What y'all want to know? What y'all doing? This is, I mean, hey, we live on WBQP TV, and so we don't want the FCC coming after them. But since we ain't got no money, no way, you can go ahead and tell us what y'all do on the cruise.
We went to different sites, did excursions, spent time with
What kind of excursions? Let's slow down.
We went on city tours. Got me a little nervous here now. We went on tours of different cities. Went to the beach. We did a tour of places Turks and Caicos. It was amazing.
Whoa.
We went around the Bahamas a little bit. I got some fellow travelers over here with Valerie and Maurice over there too. They came back to my island recently.
Oh, you're trying to still put it off on them
Oh,
instead of telling me what you got for Christmas.
We got
Extra what Harriet gave you.
The cruise was our big gift to each other. We did little gifts, that's all. I'm struggling. She's starting to sweat already again.
I'm sorry, y'all been married for
33 years.
Oh, you're about to be married for 34 with that. So yeah. So what's going on with the chamber?
I can introduce you. This is Robin Rashad.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Extraordinary everything.
Thank you.
Cool Institute, Pensacola Network. Board all over town. Boards all over town.
I'm just bored.
Board is a record.
I'm just bored. Good to be here. Happy New Year, y'all. Happy New Year to everybody. Y'all looking good. Neil back there saying hi. Y'all looking good. Yeah. You don't know what I got for Christmas?
Yes.
I do too. I'm still waiting.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, I thought I'd get a little sympathy or something like that. I know, right?
He's true. Lloyd is very prompt. He's very prompt.
Prompt ain't got nothing to do with Christmas gift. That's a whole different thing. Y'all give it up for our director and our visionary and our what else?
Executive director.
Executive director. You just give him a new title.
2026. We got to go all the way.
Okay. Let's give it up for our president, Lord Richard.
Yes.
Give him a whole new title. Just give him a whole new title, always behind the camera. And we are, as we said, we're live casting on WBQP TV, the Vernons, the Watsons. We're so excited. Y'all give it up for them.
The Watson.
Yes. Vernon's new show is Mornings with Vernon from 6 to 9 a.m. every morning. Did I just extend your time? 6:30 to 9 a.m. every morning. If you watch on Thursdays, you can get a little bit of history because I'm on there with him every Thursday now. Yeah, it's fun.
Nice.
It's fun. Yeah. I just go to Wikipedia and say, what happened? And then we talk about it. Then we talk about it. Yeah. So what's going on with the chamber? Did I ask you that already?
We've been pretty busy this week with Martin Luther King. We're involved in the Martin Luther King prayer breakfast. We were involved with the parade. It was a great time at the parade. A wonderful time. Living the Dream event was nice. If you ever go online and search Living the Dream, this lady Robin dancing down the Soul Train line. It is a sight to behold, let me tell you.
I wear my knee braces and Bengay. Once a year. I love Living the Dream because they not only celebrate the great people in the community who are doing amazing things in the name of Dr. King, but also they bring Motown music back.
Exactly.
And talk about the music of the rights. Our special guest has a little interest in music as well, so it'd be great to have that conversation. But yeah, so that's a really good thing. Yeah, Lumen May and the Southern Youth Sports Association.
Yeah, and after the parade, they had an after party, the Motown show at Mineham. It was phenomenal. I mean, he did a great job with the audience, made us listen so well. So thank you, Lumen May, Commissioner May, and everyone that supported that event. The Motown show is something every year you don't want to miss.
This was a Grammy Award winning Alex Harris was the performer. Just fantastic. Did anybody go? Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, I saw you on the dance floor area. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about you.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Martin Luther King, though, I do have something for you, Rob.
Oh, do we have time for this? Don't we need to
This was the bead that we wore for Martin Luther King on the parade.
Oh my God.
I'll put on too.
Oh, I always feel so special. You make me feel so special.
You are special.
Feel...
And then we have some Martin Luther King cups that I wanted to give you from Martin Luther King for the parade.
Oh my goodness. You know, so my people back home in Arkansas are just going, we went to Joe T. Robinson Elementary, Middle, and High School. These were our school colors. They gonna think I was coordinated.
We got a Martin Luther King Frisbee for the parade.
Oh, glad you said. I thought this was a drink thing. Okay, good. Okay.
And I'll pass around some Martin Luther King color type beads, black and gold, and some moon pies. So I'll pass them around. So grab some moon pies and beads if you like.
Nice. Okay. Well, now I don't feel so. Yeah. Okay. Now I don't feel so bad about looking so silly.
Of course, I have to, Rob. You know, that's our tradition, Rob. I gotta make sure you have a little bling on.
So, and then the other tradition we have, speaking of traditions, is who is here new. Anybody here new for the first time? Yep. Y'all give it up for our, what do we call them, Brian?
Virgin.
Yeah, give it up for that virgin. It's like being in church. It's like being in church.
Get around of applause.
Yeah. You don't have to. Don't have to tell about your first time, but just tell them you were here. Just tell them you were. We can say that on without getting in trouble with the FCC. Right?
And actually, Maurice, I'm gonna just stand up and Maurice, for our after hours event we had in December, Maurice donated this banana rum cake that was phenomenal with candied pecans on top. It was phenomenal.
So that needs to be our Black History Month special.
Yeah, I may have to get him next month. I can do a little something for our event we got next week. It was amazing.
For the Pensacola Network. I ain't saying
I'll do my after hours event. I'll claim him first. You can get a second.
Okay, all right. We'll just come to the after hours event then. Okay.
But Maurice make one heck of a cake. It was delicious, Maurice. Thank you for that donation. Really appreciate that.
Good. The other event that's going on, Kay Mitchell was gonna be here, but we posted it online. She's having the Gal Friends on February 7th. So her deal is all about supporting women, and that's going to be at 1216 North from 12 to 3. And we'll have all the information about tickets and all that. It's a really fun time and really empowering for women. You can go through the list.
Great. Well, next Tuesday here, our chamber's helping to sponsor the Impact 100 group. They're coming in for a mix and mingle. That's on the January 27th, right here in the building. So they'll be here. Women 18 and above are welcome to come. To find more information out and part of Impact 100. On February the 2nd, they're having a maritime subcontractors meeting. This is where subcontractors can go and meet and see about the project that's taking place with the Hard Rock across from the Wahoo Stadium. Small businesses, you can get a chance to meet with them and find ways that you can get a bid or contract with them. So that's it's a very good thing.
And that's various vendors too, so you don't have to be just in construction. You can be in products and services.
Yeah, it's a good chance to meet people and network and get a chance to do that. So they have 3 different dates out there. This is the last one, February the 2nd. But if you do want to get involved and can't make that date, let me know, because I'm working with the people to find ways that we can talk to them and get some bids and contracts going. We're having our business after hours event here February 17th in this building from 5:30 to 7:30 here at the chamber. We'll have some food, some drinks, get a chance to talk to people and network. Then we have our How to Do Work with Local Businesses event taking place February the 26th with City of Pensacola and with Deidre over here. So Deidre, wave everybody. So this is a chance for businesses to get a chance to come and meet with the city, county, SBDC, CRA, and find out ways your businesses can work with them to help get bids and contracts and find a way to work with local government. And Deidre does an amazing job pulling together the resources. And we really want to find businesses for minority businesses and small businesses to get a chance to do some government work. It's good to have government money. You can get a bid with them. So definitely, I encourage you to come to our event February 25th.
It's good to have money, huh?
It's good to have, and they're gonna pay you. You know, they're gonna pay you no matter what. You do some job, they don't want to pay you. They're gonna pay you, and you can make sure all those bids get processed. And then we haven't officially pulled out fully yet, but we're going to have our chamber annual meeting and awards program on March 24th. So just a quick heads up, and we're finalizing all the details for that. And we would love to have everyone come out and get a chance to see some folks get some awards, and also have a meeting and get a chance to find out what's going on in Pensacola.
Good.
That's kind of it for March.
Good. And finally, just 2 events we're having at the Kikua Institute. One is on February 20th and 21st. We're going to do a quilt talk. It's the Baptist Town Quilt. It is an amazing quilt, 10 feet tall, and it tells the story of this predominantly African-American neighborhood in Greenville, Mississippi.
Wow.
And so it is, so we're going to show the quilt. It has an amazing story. If you like Faith Ringgold or what's her name, Visa Burke, these amazing quilters who tell stories. So we're going to show that at the Kikua Institute. That we'll post that online as well. And then February 28th, we're going to partner again with the Gulf Coast Minority Chamber to do a second genealogy workshop. So if you came last year, it was fantastic. This year, we're going to focus on military. So we have some incredible photos from the 1800s with military right here in Pensacola and descendants of the people that are in that picture. So we're just so excited about that. Yeah, just hooked up with the Naval Aviation Museum. We're going to have a gentleman, Mark Hopkins, who's a retired professor, talk about how to identify people in photos and things like that. So it's going to be really good. Dr. John Beasley's going to come back and talk to
Yeah, and if you didn't make it last year's event, you definitely want to make it to this one. Robin did some amazing research in town. She found out things about my family history that I didn't know about Pensacola, and shared with me and our family. And
that you're kin to Beyonce. Did y'all know that? I'm just saying. I'm just trying to say. That's where Adrian gets a thing from. Okay, all right. I think our time is coming close, but go ahead and finish.
No, definitely get a chance to come out there. They do an amazing, Robin does an amazing job with that. And he kind of, there's so much information you can find. It's really helping you figure out more history as it comes. And they did an amazing job. So please come to the event on the 28th.
Yeah, and I want to celebrate a gentleman many of you are friends with or knew, Professor Jim Williams, who passed at the beginning of the year. It was amazing. He loved to say Morehouse man because that's what he was, Morehouse man. Went to school with Julian Bond, marched with Dr. King, knew Malcolm X, spoke, I always say 10,000 languages. I think it was officially 9. Read hieroglyphics, was a professor at Catholic High School, overseas University of Paris, PJC, UWF, and then ended with his own academy, Williams Academy. So he made his transition. So just to, they say you never die if someone calls your name. So we just, had a libation. Again, I poured for him. He's just such a special person. So, and he gifted intelligence to us too. So he never shirked his and didn't want you to shirk yours either. So is shirk an official word? Yes. It is tonight. It is tonight. Yes. Yeah. So let's just, remember all of those who passed in 2025. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. Yeah. And we're here because they live. So we appreciate that. Let's end on a good note. Sponsors, that's a good note. Yeah. Y'all give it up for all our sponsors.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good note. Many of you are here, and then Lloyd posted those as well on the deal. We could not do it without them. So we're going into our 14th year. Wow. 14 years. Wow. Started when I was 11. Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. You're probably 10.
So I think I was 11. Yeah. I like to tell my true age. I like to tell my true age, Yeah. So we're excited. And you'll see some different things. We've been talking to different formats so we can a little bit more social, and then our special guest, we're going to meet in just a second, but our special guest coming forward will be a little bit more dynamic and shorter, and then I mean shorter in time, and then so you're going to see some changes coming forward. So we're excited. Y'all ready?
Y'all ready?
Y'all had a good time?
Yeah.
Y'all enjoyed the food by the door?
Yeah.
I'm the only one that enjoyed the food by the door. I'm sorry. I'm the only one. Makes you a little sleepy. What you talking about? The pasta was amazing.
Oh, it's all delicious.
Yeah. Chicken wings. How much are you eating? You sweating again? Okay. All right.
I don't know what to expect.
Let's give away a door prize. How about that?
Good.
All right, Bobby, can we get our door prize? Can we get some?
If you haven't put your business card or piece of paper in the glass jar with Bobby, please do that so we can pull your name and win a prize.
Can you grab those two? We've got 4 door prizes, but we got stacks of door prizes here from IMS Expert Services. And can you grab the other one too? We're going to give away 2. And then we had a secret Santa say that to give away these, what do you call those? Lottery tickets. Thank you. Yes. And she said you can either split when you win. She said this, I promise you. Like, I feel like I'm not going to tell the truth. But she said when you win that you could send Lordy not a Turks and cake. That's what she said. That's what she said. Vernon, right? That's what she said, right? Vernon heard it. Thank you. He heard me tell the, you got both of them. Okay.
You can tell us anonymously, so you don't have to really your real name. Just give Robin the prize.
Well, you got to tell the Florida Department of Lottery. However, you got to tell them your real name. I'm just saying. That's what she said. No, we hope you win. We hope you win. All right, we're waiting for the numbers. Oh, we got to look at the executive director. Wait. Okay. All right. Okay. Where's our? We need our yes. Mm-hmm.
And everyone's names in here? I'll hold it.
You hold it? Okay. All right. So we're going to pull 2. All right. I'm not going to look. 1 and 2. These are going to be the white. What are you saying? Why are you saying that? Oh, Adrian Wire. That's why you're saying that.
Yeah.
Brian's like my brother with GCE Lakeview, and is that wait, move farther. I see it. KW Properties. Who is that? Kelly, it's right here. Come on up, Kelly. Okay, I see it now. I got 25-year-old eyes now. All right, y'all, come on up here. So here is, you want to give her one of those? You got one, all of this.
Oh my God!
I know, right. Feel free to scratch off tonight. Come on, look that way so you can get a. Wait, we're gonna put you in the middle here. We're gonna put you in the middle there.
I mean, you can't necessarily do anything.
All right, y'all give them a hand and thank you to our sponsors on that.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for coming out too.
We got one more door prize that you want to give that away now? Let's get, okay, Brian said it's $25,000.
Gift card.
That's what you're saying, right? I didn't.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm trying. Okay.
We'll look for Mr. Watson, see if that's legal.
Oh, the Black Nonprofit Group, Cheryl Etheridge, come on down. She said, I may be nonprofit, but I ain't got money.
They are.
That's her husband talking. Y'all don't listen to him. Don't listen. Oh, you want it? Let's get a picture so we can. Okay, you want to take it out? I want to make sure there's really 25,000. I'm just saying. I'm trying to
question my integrity.
No, I'm questioning your money.
One nonprofit to another.
No, yeah, right. That's right. We Cheryl does the what's the name? The nonprofit, the Black Nonprofit Group, and so her next event is going to be in June. Okay, y'all listen. Y'all get with Cheryl to see when her next event's going to be. So. Okay, so all right, we're gonna trade. Yeah, I'll have to take these off because these are gonna rattle. They probably already rattled into here. So we're gonna invite Larry up here to start. Thank you.
I'll give it to you. Larry, come on up. Grab the mic right here.
I'll put these. You can get this back to Bobby there too.
Okay.
Those there.
Yep. And give you that. Take over from there.
Can you take that back there, Brian? Thank you. Well, that bag too, but
yeah.
You know, you're a production assistant too, huh? I know, right? Well, I told when Larry and I were talking, I booked him when you told me about the book, was that last September, October? I was like, you got to come on in January. It's like, I don't even know
what you asked for.
That's right. It wasn't even hot off the press. I was like, you got to come on in January. And I love January because it's what I call our motivational time, our forward thinking time. And so we want to encourage you for the new year to move forward. And so I'm so excited when Larry told us about his book, Affirm Life Now, that it was coming. It officially came out in
late December.
And so excited to have him on as our special guest this month, to not only to help to move maybe some thinking forward, but maybe to even challenge you in thinking. So y'all, please join me in welcoming. Well, first, welcome to the Pensacola Network Show. I forgot to say that.
Again, thank you for having me. And first,
please welcome Larry Johnson, author of the new book, Affirm Life Now. And he's also, as I mentioned, talking to Brian, he's also started Shady Grove, which is his beautiful wife, my good friend, an amazing person in her own right, Dr. Ava Jones Johnson. They started Shady Grove Publishing. She has an amazing music CD out. And so Larry is one of the visionaries for the partnership behind that. And so I'm so excited to have him. So again, please welcome Mr. Larry Johnson,
thank you,
author of Affirm Life Now. So
right.
we're going to do this a little bit different. So I'm going to lead a couple of questions to Larry, and then I wanted one very specifically, and then he's just. I'm gonna let him talk, because this is again one of my favorite things. So the first thing is, I did not know that you grew up on the same street as Medgar Evers. What?
Yes, we did. Jackson, Mississippi, Gone Street. About 10 houses with Medgar Evers, where he was assassinated. That's the hood I grew up in.
Yeah, that's a powerful neighborhood. I mean, to be surrounded by that sort of amazing energy, somebody who is literally trying to change the world and died trying to affecting change, not even trying to affect change. What do you remember about that time?
Not a whole lot. That's the interesting part about it. As we were growing up, the community was diverse, lower middle class, but you didn't know it. You know, I don't like to say poor, but everybody was family in that community. And it was after the fact that we really found out, as we became teenagers, what really went on. And if you ever visit Jackson, Mississippi now, it is an historic landmark. And I think Toulouse College operates it. And I can't remember the name of the movie, but recently there was a movie that depicted the whole situation. They recreated the scene, shot the movie right down it. At the time, it was Guines Street, Guines. And I think they renamed the street because there was a doctor at Jackson State University, Dr. Margaret Walker Alexander, and she released a book, Jubilee. I think when I was in high school. I lived right across the street from her. I also lived across the street from my wife's grandfather. So that's how I met her. But anyway,
how come you didn't lead off? You know, we were talking in newspaper. That's burying the lead.
Yeah, but that was where I grew up, and now the street is Margaret Walker Alexander, but it was originally Gone Street.
Yeah, so that must have, and I know you're going to talk about this, that must have shaped your outlook on not only community, because you're surrounded by this amazing community, but also this sort of worldview at large and what the world thought of certain people. Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
And moving forward, everybody knows that, your environment, how you grew up, the things that happen have an effect on you. You may not know it, may not realize it, but it's who we are right now. That hurt, the heredity, environment, the things you saw role models, so you saw good, bad, and ugly, and it makes up who you are right now. And so I'm going to try and tie that all together in a little short time that I'm going to speak to you why I came up with this idea, but it has a lot to do with where I was born.
Yeah. So let me just go here. So you, when I met you, you were just retiring as a UPS executive,
Yes.
getting married, so all of these amazing life changes. How did you go from that, and then what was your decision to go to authorship?
Retiring, I volunteered a lot when I was working. I was part of a volunteer effort on the management team. So when I came to Northwest Florida, I wanted to continue that. And again, you got to be careful what you ask for. I went to volunteer with Pathways for Change, and I thought I was going to be doing something logistics, because that was my thing. I'd move people, move things, get it from A to B. But she asked me to teach a class in a men's retention treatment facility. And I didn't say no, but I didn't know. I wanted to say no, but I didn't. I took on the challenge, and I just, okay, let's see what it is. And the information that she gave me, I had never heard of before. So I had to study up on it. And that sparked, putting the background and this new information together sort of sparked something in me. And what was that, about 2018? And it's been burning hotter and hotter ever since. So one thing led to another. But not saying no was the first step. I couldn't say no to something that was needed.
So how did that no get to this? Books on sale in the back, books on sale in the back. Okay, all right. Hey, political advertising.
That led to the information that I began with. A lot of the information that I had to study, because if I was going to teach something, and that's what I did in corporate, I trained employees, and I trained supervisors, and I trained managers. So if I was going to teach something, she asked me to teach the class, I had to know about it. And so and she handed me a booklet that had no connection to the author of the information. And when I found out that it was a psychologist by the name of Amber Ellis and rational emotive behavior therapy, we see a lot of ego and emotional reactions in our society. And he explained why that was and how individuals can better themselves if they learn to control themselves with that method. And that's what we were teaching the men that were in the Escambia County Jail at the time, how to control yourself.
And then how did you get to the book? So you have all this knowledge and information.
As you volunteer, one volunteer effort goes to a volunteer with another group. We would go in to the Florida Department of Corrections. That's not jail, that's prison. For those of you who don't know, that's different. It's a lot different.
I don't think you want to know, though, do you? You don't really want to.
So some of what I'm going to bring you today is about what happens in Florida Department, right? And how it plays a part in our everyday life, and how we need to be more concerned about it, and how some of the men ended up there. And I'll let you do the topic before I take that.
That's it. I'm done. I'm done. Right. I'm going to give it up to Larry Johnson. Y'all welcome Larry Johnson again.
Okay. Let me say thank you and Happy New Year first. Happy New Year. And I'm excited to be the first. I hope I set the bar high, but this is my first audience. Most of the time for the past year, my audience has been behind the wall, dressed in blue. Okay, so you guys are beyond the wall. So this is a little different for me. And do you know what I mean when I say behind the wall, dressed in blue? 3 days, 2 days out of the week, I visit 3 Florida Department of Correction facilities, and I meet with men. We have some serious conversations. And it's the first thing. It's not mandatory. They volunteer for a firm like that. And what I had the inkling to do with all the other volunteer efforts, looking, learning, and listening. What do they need? What do they need? They need to learn how to think. They were very emotional, very reactive. Same thing we see on the outside. Everybody has social media now. You see all it takes a second to trigger somebody. It's all emotions, right? So the class, Rational Emotive Behavior Therapy, started in Pensacola Jail. turned into rational thinking, critical thinking, rational emotive behavior theory. Okay, I'm not a scientist. Okay, I'm not a doctor. And I tell them that I'm just a dude to share some new information with you. And most of the information, I want to say it's spiritual, because I'm finding out that they haven't touched or haven't turned on the power within, because they have been colonized, miseducated. And so I think about what would have happened had this message been delivered before they had their run in with the law. And I have to think about it that way. So I know it's on the back end, but then you have to think about recidivism. At some point, they get to the end of their sentence. What happens when they get out? We have to be concerned about that. You are not your last mistake. That goes for us. You are not your last mistake. And I know you may be saying, well, they committed a crime. It could have been a violent crime. But let's go back to the beginning. We've all been colonized in some sort of way. So it's decolonizing your mind. So you may say, Johnson, that's me. What do you mean? What do you mean? I was introduced to what colonization is as an early teen. I didn't know what it was at the time. Many of you were introduced to it. You probably smarter than I am. But everybody remember the movie Roots. I will take you back to that scene with Kunta Kinte. Everybody's with me. I think everybody hears me. I don't want to tell my age. I'm not going to tell yours, but y'all know what I'm talking about, right? The scene when he surrendered his mind. It was done by force with the whip on his back. But the name, Kunta Kinte, you remember the pride he had when he said his name and he knew his heritage. And it was taken away from him with the whip. You remember it. Think about it. What's your name, boy? Kunta Kinte. More lashes, more whips, until blood was running down his back. Exhausted and tired, he said, Kunta, my name is Toby. My name is Toby. He surrendered. And that's when it happens. He surrendered his mind. And in 1933, Woodson wrote a book, The Miseducation of the Black Man. And in that, he made a phrase. If you control a man's mind, you don't have to worry about where he's going, or worry about his body, or worry about his action. Control his mind. He said, if you control his mind, you're going further. You don't have to even tell him to go to the back door. He'll go voluntarily. And if there's not one there, he'll make one. And so I think about that. And that's what's happened to these guys. They've been miseducated. And a lot of times their education has been arrested. Development, prolonged adolescence. How did that happen? Could have happened to me. Y'all heard where I came from, right? Mississippi, Jackson. Could have happened to me. So a lot of things I do now, I take the most pride in those 3 trips to Santa Rosa. And that trip to Santa Rosa every week. I take a trip to Okaloosa. Take a trip out to Holmes. And it's hard. But it's worth it. It's worth it. Because I've heard, I created a course. What came before the book, let me back up. What came before the book was a 10-week course, a Firm Life Now 10-week course, where we go through every week, we study Mind, your mind is your only means of survival. You're not using your mind. Your emotions are overriding your mind. And it's true. You can see it, and they see it. And you can see it when the light comes up. How to think, how to analyze, how to know the information that you have is not correct, how to ask questions. This is the thing that what is it? To enter the kingdom, you must be as little children. That's curiosity. As grown-ups, we stop asking questions and we think we know. And stop asking questions. That's when you stop learning. And in my mind, that's what that parable means. I remember when I was a little boy, I asked questions all the time. You had to tell me to sit down somewhere. That's the way we were, curiosity. The mind was open to learning. But somehow, that was diminished in their development, in our development. To some degree, we have colonized minds. We've never investigated our inherited beliefs. It's been studied. For the most part, most adults have not investigated their inherited beliefs, which means by proximity, you are what you are. And if you haven't investigated, if you were born in India, you may be a Hindu because you haven't investigated. If you were born in the Middle East, you may be a Muslim because you haven't investigated. You happen to be born in the West, and you've just done what the West does. But have you investigated what you believe? These are the things that we do deep. We ask questions. No holds barred, no punches pulled. And they can handle it. Sometimes I wonder if we can handle it. Because we think it's stepping on toes. When you challenge, there's nothing off limits. If you got a question, ask. And that's the thing they like the most. And when we graduate these classes, maybe graduation is a strong word, but when we end the classes, we give certificates, right, of completion. And this is what one of the men said. I've never been asked what I thought. I've always been told to believe something. I never questioned it. I've never been asked what I thought. Not here, it meant prison, or anywhere else. That's a problem. So my point is, how many of our beliefs that we're inherited are keeping us back? I know we come into the new year with New Year resolutions and things to that effect, which is cool. But have you investigated your beliefs that you inherited and said, why do I do this? Why do I believe this? Is it prospering my life, or is it holding me back? You got to ask the hard questions. Sometimes we don't want to talk about it because Mom and them said this is what we got to do. And that's not no shade on Mom and them. They were doing the best they could at the time when they were coming up. But here's my thing. When you know better, you do better. And I can see it, even in the situation we're in. When you sit down with the man that's got a life sentence, he can talk to you and tell you these things. Like, wow. Hey, here's another thing. These men are intelligent. They're intelligent men. I have to say I learned a lot just talking with them. They're capable. And somebody that was in the workforce, it's like all of that human resource. That's power. Look at where it is. So my little piece of the puzzle here is to stop or diminish recidivism. If you go through it, if you get out of here, don't come back. To help the men figure out how to use their mind to live their lives and be prosperous. Because I have to ask, when you were in elementary school, and an adult asks you, what did you want to be when you grew up? This wasn't it. This couldn't have been it. And they agree with me. So you're off track. You're off track somewhere. Let's get back on track and let's figure out how. And you got to do the hard work. You got to go in, you got to ask the questions. Okay? And it's the same thing with us beyond the wall. Okay? Life is at a standstill. Can't prosper. Not moving. Have you ever investigated your beliefs, your culture? Is it a lagging culture? Is it moving forward or backwards? Got to ask the hard questions. And sometimes you don't like the answer you get. And then there's another question. If it's fact, can I change? The men behind the wall, it takes a while. The first week or two, they don't want to change. But they start seeing it because even there, they have to survive. The anxiety, the depression, clarity in your thinking relieves all of that. So it's not about getting out because we're looking forward to the next chapter of the life, but I got to survive right now too. I need clarity in thinking. I need to get my self-esteem up. I don't need to be depressed every day. So day to day, this program, Affirm Life, I think, and I've seen it at this point, over a year, I've worked with over 200 men. So I've seen the change. I've seen the change in individuals. The power, thinking that muscle power ruling over a person is how you get through life. And to find out, it's all in the mind. My power is right up here. This is the strongest muscle that I have is my mind. And to think that I haven't been using it. And I find out, I guess now, as I work with people, as a trainer, I train CDL part-time. I have the same experience outside or beyond the walls. I'll give you a brief example, working with a young man, and I told him, you have the ability to do this. Change your life, change your family's life. You have the ability, but your character is not going to let you keep it. You got to change, you got to transform. And the main theme that we have moving forward this year, I want to introduce you to a new word. Maybe it may not be a new word to some of you guys. Metanoia, character construction. That's what we work on this year, first 10 weeks. Metanoia. What is metanoia? It's an Aramaic Greek word for transforming your mind. Thinking on a higher level, the highest level that I'm capable. It's an invitation. The problem is, when we translated the word and the meaning, we translated it from Greek to Latin, penitence, and we say you got to repent. You got to repent. The West translated the word to repent, which creates shame, low self-esteem. But the difference with metanoia is that it's an invitation, not a condemnation. It's an invitation to reach your highest level of thinking, process information. Not that you have to be smart. You just have to ask questions. Why are they telling me that? Is it right? Who's benefiting from this information? We got to ask the questions. The who, what, when, where, and how. Critical. It works behind the wall. It could improve our community if we did that beyond the walls. Okay? So the Affirm Life Now book was born out of that. Same information, similar information to challenge. Nothing is off limit. Nothing is sacred. If you got a question about it, ask. And let's deal with it. You can't do that now. There's some things off limit that we're not supposed to ask about. Not with me. I asked about everything. And you're not going to tell me anything, because as Kevin Brown said, I'm going to ask more questions and I'm going to demand better answers. And that's been their problem. When I said their development was arrested, that fire was extinguished. Don't ask questions. Just do what I say. Just do what I say. And we're doing the same thing sometimes. So I invite you, metanoia, transformation, raise your level of thinking to the highest level. And moving forward in 2026, you take the pen, not like Kunta Kinte, had somebody else write the story of his life. You take the pen and write the story of your life. Live by your own mind. Find your own, as Malcolm at what? Speak for yourself, learn for yourself. We stop doing that. There's a lot of misinformation floating around with all of the media outlets we have. The more confusing, the more propaganda, the more disjointed our community gets. And it's one thing that's not happening. Nobody's asking questions and demanding better answers and transforming metanoia. Let's live at the top of our capacity. Our minds are our only means of survival. And we need to kick it in high gear. And I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much.
Get the microphone. Here's your water for you.
Thank you.
I got
Don't
notes.
need to sit or stand.
No, let's sit. Let's
Okay.
sit, because I got notes. Was that powerful? Yeah. It's like a gentle giant. Well, okay, maybe not giant in height. I'm just going to make fun of you right there.
She keeps throwing all those height slurs. That's about the third one tonight. I'm catching all that.
That's only the first one towards you. The other ones were not.
Can't be sensitive.
That's right. Metanoia. I like that. I don't know how to spell it. You can tell me later. But so the first thing that really got, and you talked about it in your book, was this whole idea, and I like what you said, behind the wall, but this whole idea of internalized oppression. I learned about internalized oppression some 20 years ago in grad school, and it had to do. We were talking about it in terms of race, how, and you mentioned the colonization. So oftentimes that goes to race, but when that means that you're like what you said about the what did you say about getting some word vomit here, as they say. It's taken when you take on the oppressor's ideas and thoughts about you and you internalize it. Correct. So that someone doesn't have to say you look a certain way, that you internalize that and that you continue to think that, and then you act that way. That's right. So is that what you saw behind the walls that these men, I guess predominantly men, but men and women, then I've only
dealt with men, and okay. I've had not opportunities, but conversations to get it in the women's prison. But when you take on, I mentioned that the arrested development, and you're talking about miseducating children, because that's where they came from. You just don't wake up with poor character. It's a process. Okay, you just don't wake up and you got good character, but it's a process. And once you tell somebody something for so long and they internalize it and they wear those labels, you're nothing, you're not smart, all your people are nothing, that's what y'all do. You take it internal. Okay, and what happens with the level of expectation? It goes south, or it's lowered. And we never think about the little things. Children process information differently than adults. And we never think about the effect of some of the things that we're having, even religious conversations. What effect is this having on a child? They can't rationally think yet. So what you say is what they believe.
And even as adults, sometimes you see people get literally beat with the Bible, or it's not literally, I hope not literally, figuratively. You see them beat with the Bible, or people using religion to hold somebody down or set them apart, and not in a good way. So what sort of things, what sort of tools do you teach these young men and these men in terms of internalized depression? How do you?
I can give you an experience that we had, and we wanted to talk about the word exegete and eisegete. Yes, in prison, I'm telling you, these guys are pretty smart.
Okay, since I'm not pretty smart on that, tell me what.
Okay, and this is a word pertaining, to it pertains a lot to the Bible, but I'm trying to give you an example. And the example that we used is when you already know something, and then you take past information to make it fit what you already believe. Okay? That's one. But the best way is to go back and find out what, when, where, who. You got to ask those questions. What was the situation right then? Who was talking to who? What was the law? And then that concept, and I'll throw this out. We used, in 1970, there was a fuel shortage, and the speed limit was 55. Now it's 70. And I asked the question, why do you think the speed limit was 55 in 1975, in the 1970s, 78? We're old enough to all know that, right? But they're not. So based on what they know right now, they said cars weren't as good. They didn't go as fast. Okay? Nobody said there was a fuel shortage. Well, that's what we were told at the time. So that's the difference. Is when do you go back to that period of time when something was written, who it was written for, what was going on in history, and it has to match. Was it written at the time that it actually happened, or was it years later and it's hearsay? You can pick that out if you read it and you don't think that what I'm reading is the truth. I'm reading a book. It has to make sense. The chronology, the language. Okay? It's just like I can't tell you when Medgar Evers was assassinated, somebody made a phone call on their cell phone. Then you'll say, wait a minute, what are you talking about, Johnson? I don't think we had cell phones back then. The language, the process.
So it's all, as the great philosopher and comedian Trevor Noah says, it's all context.
Exactly.
That you really
have to process
yeah.
what you're reading in the context that it was said. And you got to ask the questions: who, what, when, where. Or you can take that information, and we do this a lot, and it's not a good thing. We'll take it and make it fit what somebody told us we believe.
That inherited belief that you talked about. Yeah. So and here we have this internalized depression. So how we think about ourselves, and then the beliefs that our environment have told us, and then that comes out to be this behavior or looks like our character. So this all goes into is fed into what our character eventually becomes.
Yes, it's in the whole ball of neo-colonialism. Okay, we're not doing it physically anymore. Now we can't control you physically anymore, but we can control the education that you get, and we can mix it all up, and we can make it benefit certain people. Okay, and that's one of the questions you have to ask them. Okay, this is what we got to do. Who's it benefit? And do they throw it? Think about all the commercials that we see on TV. The first thing they throw at you is fear before they even tell you what it is. They scare you to death first.
I love that one, those commercials going on now. I don't even know what it is, but they always go, if you live in Florida, have y'all seen those? Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute, I live in Florida. What's wrong?
So it's back to what I'm saying. Ask the question.
Yeah.
Why the fear message? Whose benefit? That's how it works. And if you read Baruch Spinoza, he was excommunicated from his community because he questioned it. does not fit the time period that it's written in. This translation, this word, because he spoke Aramaic and Hebrew, this word does not mean what the original context meant. Why was it changed? When I say excommunicated, where are you excommunicated from? Your religious group. But he was asking questions. That's what I mean. As far back as it goes, it's not just us. It's been a thing. Don't ask questions. Just believe what I tell you. That's a problem.
And we're seeing that now, you know, in our political sphere, we're seeing don't as I was joking earlier, don't believe what you're seeing, believe what I tell you in that instance. So how does all of this sort of level out in this age of social media, where you're seeing these things, you know, change literally on a dime, rapidly, quickly, and so if you can, you know, you can make yourself look like this, you can make yourself become this if you do this quickly, if you do this now. How does all of that, because you're talking about some, dare I say, some ancient wisdom, some age-old wisdom, put up against people now who are, you know, on a dime. You can see things and people telling you to do things. If you only do this, if this will happen quickly.
Well,
and those gentlemen behind the curtain, I mean, behind the wall, are there for longer than something quickly. Yeah.
But the same thing I share with the guys behind the wall. You can ask questions because there's a lot of information, and they have a lot of. I'm not the only person that goes in to meet with them. A lot of people are coming in for different reasons, you know, bringing their information and different things like that. But I tell them, you have to ask. You have to be a logic thinker. What, when, where, and how? Why are they telling me this? Is it correct? What source? What source did it come from? And is the source reliable? You have to ask. You have to go down that rabbit hole. It is very important because you look at our community now, and that's what's missing. Miseducation, prolonged adolescence. We can't solve our problems rationally. We're always violent. That's what our kids know. Okay? So there's a training process. It's more difficult, but it's more prosperity in it. Okay? I know I'm going to touch some toes here, but I'm going to say this because it's my attention getter in the present. We just tell the kids to be good, and Santa Claus is going to put you on this good boy list. Okay? I have some guys defending that. That's control. Just train me on how to behave instead of manipulate me.
I wonder if some of that is that, you know, and even with people who deal with internalized oppression, and I may surmise that at some point all of us sort of question, you know, ourselves if we're honest about it, and maybe think some negative things. But I wonder, and I'm losing my train of thought here again. I wonder in those sorts of situations if it is more situational, not awareness, that you have to do it. Years ago, I worked for this group that had strong advocacy and practice for testing for HIV and AIDS. And one of the phrases that we were taught by the Florida Department of Health was situational sex, so that people who were in prison were having sex in order to stay alive, literally in order to stay alive, so that you had to have these relations with someone in order to stay alive. That's what their thinking was, and that's what they did in order to physically stay alive. So to be protected, that you had to belong to somebody. And it may be belonging to a gang, belonging to a sect, or you know, whatever you think. But in that situation, now when they got outside of those walls, then it was a whole different, you know, they didn't have that situational thing. Although you know, maybe there are some people who have situational relationships because I need to do this over here, so I need to have this relationship, I need to do this over here. So is it then the environment that these people are these people, these are brothers and sisters, that they're behind a
Yeah,
wall.
yeah, yeah.
And so
Behind
they're having to do this in order to stay alive.
I was still turning back to the ability to think. And when I say that, what are the unintended consequences? We have a lot of good ideas. Man, we ought to do that. And then the results don't come out the way we thought they were going to come out. If you're thinking and you're processing things in your mind, then you're not following your physical. You see, when you're rational thinking and when you're logical, that's a step beyond your subconscious mind. And that information goes into you. If your character and your conscience is where it needs to be from your training, you can be put in a bad situation and you can deal with it.
Mm.
But if you don't have a process of thinking beyond the situation, and when I say beyond, unintended consequences, is this what I want for my life? Do I have a purpose for my life? Does this align with my purpose? You see, the universe has laws, and you can't break them. Okay, we try to manipulate and bend the laws of the universe. It's just like if a man with good character stepped off of the Empire State Building, and a man with bad character stepped off the Empire State Building, the law of gravity is going to do what? It's not going to pick and choose. It's going to treat both of them the same.
That's a bad example, but that's.
Does that make sense?
It does. I mean, that's a funny example. That's bad, but yeah.
But
yeah,
understand, so
yeah.
the law of the universe is not going to change. It's going to treat both men the same. Okay? But when you have a choice to make and you can think it through and your character, and that's what we need to work on more, character. Am I resilient? Am I honest? Am I trustworthy? Am I grateful? These are all new words for the guys behind the wall. They know all the opposite words, but we're working on character. So they got a list of every week. I'm working on my patience. I'm working on my resilience.
So you're saying then in this case, I'm going to go back to your, because I thought that was really, really a good example. Go back to your, and then we'll open up for questions. But we want to go back to your roots deal with Kunta Kinte. So I'm going to say I'm Toby, but inside I know I'm still Kunta Kinte. I know who I am, and as he did, he continued to teach this legacy to the generation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the message there, and with
the
colonization and the decolonization, is that if they were forced, neo-colonization is in the educational system. It's in the culture. It's in the psychology. It's in the propaganda that we hear every day. It has the same effect. Somebody else is dictating or writing your life story, and you're just following it. Take the pen and write your own story. That's the encouragement for 2026. Take the pen. Don't be afraid to ask questions and use your mind and write your own story. That's really the point of Affirm Life Now. Be at your best every day now. This is when it matters most. This is when it matters to your community. This is when it matters most to your family. And it just builds from there. If we're all at our best, think of where we would be. We're not all at our best right now. Just take a look at our community. We're not all at our best, and we don't ask enough questions, and we don't think of the unintended consequences. And it's all in the mind. Your mind is your most powerful tool of survival, and we don't use it because we haven't been taught to use it. We've been told not to use it, or trained not to use it. So it's a process of turning that around. Ask questions. Get on somebody's nerve. It's all right. I just need to know. Make it make sense. Yes. Make it make sense. And see how your life changes. I challenge you. See how your life changes. You may get on a lot of people's nerves, and the decisions you make are going to be more accurate. You have to have accurate information to make accurate decisions. Doesn't that make sense? Flawed information, flawed results. So you have to ask questions to get the right information. That's all we're saying. Man's mind is the only means of survival. Turn it on. Use it.
That's a good way to end it. Let's get y'all join me in thanking Larry Johnson.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
With Affirmed Life Now. Now let's talk about you didn't do this. I didn't expect you to do this. Where can they buy the book besides here tonight? But where can they?
There are books here tonight. If you want to make a donation, they're $9.99 online. All the major outlets, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Book Babies. Just log on. If you log on now to Amazon, it should be there. But if you just want me to sign one, you want to pick one up here tonight, just drop a donation. I'm in the cup back there, and I'll sign it for you. Because who knows where this might go. But just do that, and I would appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me here. I hope I didn't bore you to tears, but that's what I enjoy doing.
Before we have any questions, yes. Okay. Online. Okay, so you want to go ahead and ask those real quick?
One was the first step of mental metamorphosis.
What's the first step of mental metamorphosis?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, it's real simple. Clear your mind. Start over. Everything that you take in, have evidence for it. No more of this they say. That's one of the things we commit to in the prison. Don't tell me what they said. You have to back it up. I need sources. Peer review. Why did they say it? Okay? So clear your mind and start refreshing. And then question everything. Like I said earlier, investigate your inherited beliefs. Make them pass the test. Make it pass the test. And if it's improving your life, Amos Wilson said in the late 70s and 80s, he was a black psychologist. If your culture is not solving your problems and not prospering your life, you need to check your culture. Because that's what culture is supposed to do. Okay? So
hold on, because I will say this. Our pastor, old pastor, God rest his soul, Reverend Yates, used to say that's why the first thing they tell you that when you clean out your house, the first thing they get you to do is go get a dumpster.
yes.
When you renovate and you go get a dumpster to take out the old stuff before you bring in the new. I know that's biblical too. You don't put old wine in new bottles.
And you mentioned that point. A lot of the things I'm saying, they have everything I'm saying is backed up biblically. In my mind, just like I said, to enter the kingdom, we must be as a child. That's what that meant. And children ask questions. They're inquisitive. They want to know. That's what he meant by that. But as we get older, we think we know, and we start asking questions. Does that make sense?
What was his second question? Was poverty situational? Are you economic?
I have heard, and I'm leaning toward. I'm not supposed to answer that. Let me be careful. I think poverty is mental. As I said earlier, I grew up in Jackson, Mississippi, and we were, by a lot of standards in America, we were poor, but we didn't know it. We didn't know it. There was no limits in my mind because my parents put it in me that way. They protected the child growing up from the things that he did not need to see so that he could keep his esteem. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, in our day and age where we fall into victim status, that's where that comes from. But most research, and I sort of lean in that direction, it's in the mind. Because you have power. And this is the thing that we want to leave with. I have not tapped into the power that I've been born with. Two of my favorite bands, because I do music. When I open up and I have Wi-Fi in Okaloosa, the music that's playing is Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's the way of the world. A child is born with the heart of gold. I believe that. It's the way of the world. And we're not protected from that as children. And on the other note, my man Stevie Wonder closed it out with superstition. When you believe things that you don't understand,
and you suffer.
Superstition is not the way. I live by it.
We'll be jamming to songs that just give us proverbs. Hey, okay, all right. We can pay for that 7 seconds. I think in that instance,
I hope I answered the question. I'm not sure where it came from.
But I think sometimes we get poverty mixed up or with intellect. So that people, because you're in poverty, then you intellect. And the whole thing, the last 10, 20 years, when we assign a zip code to intellect or to success.
Yeah, another thing you have to remember,
and then we're gonna
is that money is man-made. Okay? Are you a body having a spiritual experience, or am I a spirit and a body having a body? I'm a spirit. I'm beyond that. That's why you can't fall into that. You're a spirit, and you can rise above any of that. But you got to be taught. You can't be miseducated. You can't be told that you're nothing, that you're broken.
That if you are, you can investigate your disbeliefs.
Okay.
Or your inherited beliefs. Y'all give it up for Larry Johnson. Thank you. His book, Affirm Life Now, is available today, and you said you'd be glad to autograph it.
Yes, if you wanted to
well.
purchase one tonight with an autograph, I'd be glad to do that.
Good. And do you do classes outside of the walls too?
Like I said, this is my first speaking engagement.
Yay!
Beyond the walls, and everybody's in regular clothes. So this was new to me. I appreciate you guys bearing with me. I'll get better as this goes.
Well,
but thank you so much for having me.
You're good. Thank you. All right, we're gonna close it out again. We're gonna thank WBQP TV for this great partnership. Thank you, Brian Wire, with Gulf Coast Minority Chamber of Commerce. Oh, we're gonna give away some money. Okay, I thought you'd make sure. Okay, all right, we're gonna have it's $10.
2 t-shirts.
Oh, 2 t-shirts too. Okay, all right. So if you got your blue ticket here, $20. Okay, all right. Hold on.
Just grab one.
One. We got $20 to the person.
The whole number or the last
yeah,
four?
yeah. Hold your microphone up. So
okay. 455-4149. 455-4149.
Oh yeah! Oh, double winner here.
This guy wants to be living.
This is $10. Did you say he gets 20? This is 10. This is 10. No. Oh, okay. All right. I don't want to cheat nobody. Yeah. This is like an awful lot of tickets for. Wait. We trust you, but he said, ask those. Oh, you're gonna come take a picture with Larry here, please. We're gonna investigate, right? That's what you already taught us. Now we're gonna make sure this number is the same. Congratulations, Adria. Thank you. And we want to give away. You want to give away 2 t-shirts?
Yes.
How do you want to do that? Full name?
Same thing.
Okay. Oh, you want to? Huh?
Those t-shirts.
Can you?
Yeah. Oh.
I'm gonna plug my friend Magic Mike out of Stone Mountain, Georgia. One of my previous colleagues before we both retired. This is a business that he's into now. That's Magic Mike in Stone Mountain, Georgia. He's printing t-shirts.
We have the cards. Yeah, can you grab the business cards? We'll do that. Larry will be here to meet you and to greet you. Make sure that you meet each other. We certainly thank you for that. Again, thank all of our sponsors and partners for making this happen. We wish you a prosperous new year. You can pull one more.
Okay, the name on here is Valerie Boyd.
Ah, Valerie, it's on your face, Botanicals. Got my hair looking all good.
These are just delivered to my house today. I haven't
Hot off
opened
the
it.
press.
Hot off the press.
I don't hope you can stay right there. We got one more. We'll get the picture with you.
Okay, always equipped. Where's the name? AWE.
Oh yeah, Hazel. Hazel.
Sylvia Hazel.
Hazel. Yep. Come on up. I'm gonna step out and let y'all get a picture with Larry.
Okay, y'all got the first off the press T-shirts of Affirm Life Now.
Here, I'm gonna let you hold your book up. Trade the microphone for your book there. There
Okay.
you go. I'm gonna get out the way. Huh? Oh wow! Oh yay!
Look at God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And the one on the rack is for our gracious host.
Oh what? What? Say Stevie Wonder? What? Thank you
Okay.
Thank you
Thank you
so
for
much. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get you the autograph. Well, that's my book. Don't play with me.
Okay,
This is
all
my
right.
book. You got to autograph my book. Thank y'all so much. Everybody be safe. Thanks again to WBQP. Everybody listening in online. This will re-air tomorrow, he said, so y'all can watch it, or you can get the WBQP app as well. All right. So thank y'all so much. There's a little food left. Enjoy, meet each other, and have a good night.
Excuse me.